Hi, welcome to the Modern Renaissance Man Show. I'm Ben Copeland, the Modern Renaissance Man. And yeah, tonight my beard's a little longer and
Wolfman.
I'm a little hungover tonight over the belt, so I got to work on that. and I guess, you know, if I don't start shaving, then I'm probably going to get some kind of dermatologist and get one of those little bags and packets, things they clean out, a pachyderm kind of thing or whatever they call it these days. Anyway, throwing that out there for you to try to figure out what's going on. Healthcare issues. Figure that one out too. Who got to watch the Obama healthcare show? Wasn't that enlightening? Between Nancy Pelosi with a face that was all shot up straight and guys yelling out liar into the crowd, it had to be one of the most entertaining political events I've seen in a while, the Obama healthcare show. If you didn't get to watch it, stay tuned for the next one. I'm sure it'll be just as enlightening. Hopefully, anyway, a lot like what the British do in Parliament. Maybe we're actually getting some class in Washington again. Nah, that ain't going to happen. Speaking of class, streetcar named Desire, or a desirable streetcar in Charlotte. Charlotte just recently announced that they were going to spend another bunches of $1 million to decide where the rest of the streetcar tracks are going to go to, as if they hadn't figured that out already. Our mayor, pretty boy Pat McCrory, who's on his last term, out of 5, 6, 7, 6, something. He's been around a long time. Anyway, he was going to veto it. Actually, he did veto continuing the study on planning out the rest of the streetcar, and he actually got overturned by City Council. Actually, this has got to be the most visionary City Council we've ever had. Give them time. Speaking of time, 20 years ago, we're basically taping in, what is this month? This is September, and this is 2009. 20 years ago, Hurricane Hugo came through. And let me tell you what, that shocked a lot of people, including myself. I remember that night, I'd been out with a friend chatting till about 11:30, and basically came home, was sitting there, and the wind was blowing pretty good and whatever. And Jennifer, who I was dating at the time, calls me up and says, this hurricane's coming through. And yeah, right. And she said, well, you need to go look. And well, actually, I think I was actually already looking. I was standing on the front porch and watching the huge oak trees just basically going wild with it. And I just thought, this is just wild. And she's actually at home in a closet with a mattress and flashlights and food. And she's from Oklahoma, so she's sort of used to doing those kinds of stuff. And I'm out there like, you ought to see this. This is just outrageous. And got up the next morning, and a tree had fallen, huge 55-foot pecan tree had fallen right behind my car and just missed it, and that was the only damage I had in the whole yard. However, the one and only Renaissance Man airplane did not fare too well in Rock Hill Airport. It was a sad day, and I couldn't even get down there 2 days. I worked for a local utility company and had to go into work, and I knew it wasn't good because I heard the whole airport was totaled, and I'd been on this waiting list to get into a hangar. Every airplane hangar was totaled. So if you remember 20 years ago, Hugo came through. It's a long ways from the coast, but it can happen. Interesting other things that happen. Are you familiar with the group Acorn? Here lately in September, they've been in the news. I think they're actually coaching make-believe streetwalkers on how to file taxes and things like that. The rumor is that they're also teaching drug dealers how to apply for small business loans. Acorn. Interesting group in the news. I wonder if Obama's really going to keep himself linked to them. If it sounds like I'm getting my soap, hang on. I've got a name that's hard to pronounce. I want to throw this out there. Ahmadinejad. I think that's it. Ahmadinejad. Nut. If you can just say Nut, I think you covered it. He's the president of Iran. So when you say President Nut, we'll know who you're talking about. Let's talk about soap. I'm going to do a little bit of a serious one tonight, short one. Rehash a few things I've thrown out before, but this is a real key issue for me. I went ahead and brought some notes this time. I don't know if you saw the last one, I really winged it big time, but I titled this one, Hang the Kidnappers. I usually don't give titles, but I think this is relevant to give. A woman was recently in the news, had been kidnapped for 11 years. She'd had 2 children while she was kidnapped. So the children were also kidnapped children. Basically got this person, I don't know sure exactly what the punishment is that's going to happen to the kidnapper, but you can pretty much rest assured there won't be anything very significant based on what we do for these people in this country. I am tired of politicians ignoring this, the serious and victim consequences resulting from the impact of kidnapping and or molesting a child. You don't hear them talking about it at all. Our president has 2 daughters. You know what? He doesn't have to worry about them, does he? He's got a security team around them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and that'd probably be for most of the rest of their life if they want to keep it, at least until I think they're 21 or something like that at least. He doesn't worry about it. You don't hear him talking about that. I want to hear him talk about health care prevention that stops kidnapping. Let's talk about the health of these children. I want to see kidnapping become a capital offense. I think we ought to push for that. When a kidnapper takes a child, he has destroyed everything that child is going to be at that point. A kidnapper has taken a life. I think if the kidnapper takes a life, there's nothing wrong with taking the kidnapper's life. They won't do it again. And that's the way I feel. And with that, while I wind down from this issue, not wanting to drive down the street running over kidnappers, we're going to listen to some great tunes from WavySpace.
Song by Patty Griffin.
Sometimes the hurt is so deep, deep, deep. You think that you're gonna drown. Sometimes all I can do is weep, weep, weep with all this rain falling down. And strange how hard it rains now. Rows and rows of big dark clouds, but I'm holding on underneath this shroud. Rain. It's hard to know when to give up the fight. Some things you want just will never be right. It's never rained like it has tonight before. Now I don't wanna beg you, baby, for something maybe you could never give. I'm not looking for the rest of your life. I
excellent. Excellent tunes. Ben Copeland, and you're watching the Modern Renaissance Man show with the band WavySpace. Gonna have them come over and sit with us. A few little housekeeping things while you're here at the desk. We've got our host cam going. Oh yeah, let's get that. Got y'all a lot here. That was cool, the host cam. We claim to have invented it, and if anybody else said they did, we got the crew, they hate this. There we are on TV. Let's have dueling shows. Here's me shooting the show. Whoa, oh, it's probably gonna go on forever now. Isn't that one of those mirror kind of things? Anyway, it's fun. We have a website, www.mrmtv.org, or you can check out the band's website, www.myspace.com/WavySpace.
Nice.
God, I didn't even tie any of that up yet. Or you can email me at mrm@together.net. Haven't received any email in a while. Did talk about getting recognized in the elevator. That was pretty cool. Didn't know my name, but you know, he didn't say, hey, you're Ben Copeland. He just said, aren't you on TV?
They will.
Well, that's all right, you know.
At least he got some sort of recognition.
He did offer me his popcorn. That was pretty nice. You know,
That is
something.
nice.
That was
What
pretty
a
nice.
nice fella. Yeah.
So that was pretty
The
cool.
things you get when you're on TV.
That's
you
right.
know?
You just, you know, the perks.
Yeah.
You know, popcorn in the elevator, you know, you just can't beat that.
Yeah.
Movie I want to talk about. Go to the library. Price is great unless you're late. They got computers, and what you can do on that computer is you can put on a headset and you can connect to myspace.com/WavySpace, and you can listen to music, and then you can check out and read the blog site on mrmtv.org.
You could have two separate
See, how
tabs,
it's
so you
going.
did at the same time.
Actually brought up you could actually play the video of the bands or the shows and listening to the music too, so you can do that. Check out the library. Price is great unless you're late. Movie at the library. We hadn't talked about movie. I didn't bring any here lately. Titanic. You know, that's a real loser film.
They won a lot of
That's a lot,
awards.
but it was a
though.
loser movie. I mean, you know, yeah, they did. I mean, you know, you just sort of think about it. Yeah, first off the bat, they're going to lose the ship.
I could fly.
You know, and then you got, you know, the guy who's a, you know, well, is a wannabe artist. You know, kind of thing.
I don't know. He did a pretty
From
good
a-
duty
from a
sketch of
loser.
that chick.
Yeah,
right?
he did.
Anyway,
And what really turned out was that
But
he
it
did the
wasn't
jewel
actually
around her
him.
neck. You know.
He's not actually British either.
So, but and then he had her, and she's sort of a loser chick with a loser rich guy. And then what happens? They meet each other. What happens? Then she loses him because he drowns. You know.
And they
just-
lose the ship.
Yeah. And then she comes out there, and of all things, the guy that's out there that's got her on the ship, you know, she's like 80, 90 years old. She throws away the big blue diamond thing. So he loses out too. And that's what he came out for. Just a loser movie.
Selfish.
It really was. I was so disappointed. When she dropped the jewel in the water, it's like, yeah, sink. You know,
Yeah.
I'm glad the ship sunk. You know, anyway.
Yeah.
We're missing some WavySpace people.
Yes, we are.
James is recording, you said.
Mm-hmm.
Janine took the day off.
She's
Frothing.
more spacey
Frothing.
than wavy.
Frothing.
Yeah. Frothing.
Frothing.
Frisbee golfing.
Yeah.
It's a new.
Sounds like you're bubbling over some kind
Frothing.
of dog kind of
It has that kind of
rabies
effect.
kind of thing, isn't it?
Froth.
Frothing. Yeah, I know that one. I did the ultimate.
Frothing
one
at the mouth.
So, okay, that's an interesting one. Let's talk about some stuff y'all been doing here. We are shooting September, and we're probably airing November-ish kind of thing. What y'all been doing since, I guess, summer and fall, or what you planning to do this fall? Because you would have already done it by now.
Yeah,
Some
we're
of it.
trying to play as much as we can. We actually did this Eddie's Attic open mic contest in Georgia, and we're going back Thanksgiving
What
weekend
do you get for that?
a
You
competition.
know, what happens if we win some of that?
We got like $60 that night or something
We
like
did.
that.
So
and
you
then,
get cash and dinner for, I mean, gas and dinner kind of a.
Sort of, no dinner though. We didn't
Yeah, but I
really
mean,
get
that's
fed,
the
but-
money, is sort of.
Yeah, but if we
That's
win the next one, I think it's like $1,000 and like
Wow.
some recording
Studio
time
time.
and lots of little swag from
Mhm.
we're at different places. So.
Cool.
But tonight we're going to pick up a bicycle built for
I know,
two.
that's what I'm talking about.
That's the
We
most
got,
exciting thing.
It
For those
is
of you-
really exciting.
One of the cool things in Charlotte still has this for free, which is very few things, is Festival in the Park. And Festival in the Park starts this tomorrow, Thursday, and because we're taping this on a Wednesday night, so you're going to get a bicycle for two.
Yes.
Yeah. it's
Where do you
gonna be
find a
fun.
bicycle for two?
Well, on the internet. We had, what was the name of that shop that we went to
We went
today?
to Clark's
Shana got
Antiques.
the whole thing kicked off yesterday. I get home from work and she's like, I found a 2-seater bicycle. And I'm like, awesome, you know? And so we were, well, you told me about, well, doesn't matter. Anyways. So we go to see this bicycle and she's like, it needs a little work. I'm like, okay, well, we'll go check it out. And I go and it like needs a
needs a
new
lot of
chain and
work.
some new pedals and like new brake.
Looks like somebody
and like,
flipped
yeah, it's like they had a 2-seater crash or something like that. It was bad news. But, the fork is bent. Like, it's not a good, but so I was like, okay, I can't afford to buy a broken bike. If I'm going to buy a bike today, with the little money that I have in my life right now, I want to be able to ride it, you know?
It's good, yes.
So, didn't buy that one.
Don't
Went
buy a
home.
junk car, the clunker cars
Exactly.
like me, you know.
But
yeah.
you could drive it home. See, I wouldn't have,
Yeah,
I
I
would
did
have
drive.
coasted that bike, actually, probably.
I don't even
not.
think
No.
so.
It wouldn't have worked. But anyways, so it got me kicked on.
So you found one.
Found one
I
in
did,
Waxhaw.
found one on the internet.
Waxhaw.
Yeah.
Okay.
With this fella that bought it, he's got 4 daughters, and they're all too embarrassed to ride on it with him.
Yeah.
So
They're
now we get
horrified to think of riding on a bicycle built for two with Dad.
Yeah.
They didn't want that.
it. But it's
No, it's not like be like a big trike or anything though.
We're gonna put some like the little flags on it,
Tassels.
bells, whistles, all that good stuff.
amplifiers.
And Ari's gonna sit on the back of it and pedal and play her guitar, and I'm gonna sit on the front and steer and
It's
sing.
going to be the
and
navigator / singer. Yeah, you'll see us at the
around
festival
town.
tomorrow.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah, and the
awesome.
festival.
Downtown, because we
So
were
cool.
doing mobile busking, which we would just like walk down the street and be.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to have to text, phone, or something. 'Cause I know we'll go down there and we'll see if we can range and bring the Roman host cam down
should definitely
and
do
get some
that.
shots of that so that we can at least have that. And if nothing else, when we do our next musical special, we'll cut out and show the bike riding going on during
You
the
have
tube or
to.
something.
You have to.
We'll do that. So it'd be cool to have it for the outtake special.
It'll be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Well,
We
I
probably
don't know
went
about
on there.
outtakes. I don't know if I want to outtake on the bike. That sounds like danger, you know.
That's true.
Well, it wouldn't be a danger outtake. It
Yeah.
would be a funny outtake.
I don't know.
It's
might
gonna
be
be
funny
funny.
to y'all.
It's gonna
No,
be-
no, see, I'm not into this America's Home Video thing. Like
Yeah.
Kate said, but I mean, they do. Some people get hurt,
Oh yeah.
and all these people they
No,
put on.
it is-
Well, honestly, if we
they put
do
on the
wreck it, I
camera.
hope somebody gets it on
They
camera.
put on some.
I
You
yeah.
know, I mean, I would enter it in that contest for sure.
Yeah.
I know, but still, I mean,
Your
you're
pride
watching,
can-
watching
I mean,
guys
you might
get
as
whacked
well.
or something.
It's not
and
the
stuff.
pride that's the issue. It's
The guitar.
my baby. I don't want.
Not me.
You don't. want to,
No, I'm stroking the guitar. Not
I know.
I don't wanna
Well,
do
I saw that. I'm just
Sorry,
wondering, what's that got to do with outtakes?
Shane, I don't want to hurt
We
you.
love it there quite a bit.
Sorry, heck with Shane. I saved the guitar.
I can take it.
That's all right. You're
Is
mature
it
about it
I was
all.
a tomboy growing up.
It's got skin knees.
That's right.
Go warning.
Yeah.
Jeff and Trip. For those of you who have been watching the show for the whole 4 years here, at least about a somewhere in the first year, I think it was like the third or fourth month, I heard about this guy from somebody that Jennifer knew, and basically invited him to come down and play. And it's interesting, I picked a soap that night, I always remember this, about heroes, that there was an absence of heroes. And he was debating 2 songs, and one of his songs was about heroes. And he followed up immediately. We talked and we found out we had some interesting things in common, and he decided to join the show. And he's with Trip Rogers Trio. And then he was with this guy, brought him on, Jeff Chester, who they had this estranged. Well, Jeff was in Trip Rogers, and then they had formed this band called Gale Warning, which is Celtic music, and
Celtic
brought
fusion.
in Dave McKenzie, who's makes a living teaching bagpipe music, if you can
he's
imagine
a heck of
that.
a piper.
Oh, he's what? He did Happy Birthday on one for one of the anniversary shows.
He plays the blues
He's-
on the
he's-
bagpipes.
He's
That's pretty
outrageous.
cool.
So you sang with him. What did you? What kind of? What's
I'm
the?
playing bass and singing. I don't know. I think
Bass?
they're a little bit cuckoo.
I didn't know you played an
but, you
instrument.
know, huh?
You playing an instrument? I didn't know that.
With the near misses, I used to play bass
I
too,
didn't know
but
that.
not
Like a bass,
but
like
not very well.
that
Yeah,
kind of
well,
bass?
not really, but
No?
that same instrument,
No?
a little more like dum.
You're just thumbing the thumbs. You're not lightning licks.
Yeah, right. But for some reason, they want me to play with them anyway.
Oh.
So, you know,
How they doing? I hadn't talked to them in a while.
they're
That's
doing
some
all
emails.
right. You know,
I get show email
Trip
from
and
Trip.
Roger are doing another Celtic project. They kind of are doing their separate things.
Do
now,
they still
so-
have the Thistledown Tinkers thing going on? That was Scottish music,
That
I believe.
sounds. I think that
Yeah,
sounds
so,
familiar. Don't get me
anyway.
to line, but yeah.
So you sing Celtic
So
music.
I've stepped in on the bass, and there's a guy named Johnny Gaither playing guitar
I watch the
and
Celtic women
keyboards and
sometimes on
bouzouki
public
and singing.
TV. You ever watch them?
Yeah,
They're pretty good.
They're like little
They
angels.
got a lady down there who can play a fiddle though. Mm-hmm. She turn it out with that, and I like.
And she can dance a little jig while she does it too.
Yeah, they're pretty good. You know, it sort of bothers me though to see the microphone in front of their mouth. I'm still nuts.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
don't know,
it's
that's
not
what-
very
They look like a
old- It's not very
telemarketer.
old school with the mic in front of the mouth.
I don't know. I just find it always reminds me of Britney Spears. I don't know. I just
See,
like,
I think I see
annoying thing.
telemarketers in my head when I see those.
I've been to a church before and the preacher had, and I'm just like the whole time like, this just ain't working, you know? You fuck just on that thing sticking in front of you there, you know, kind of stuff. But let's talk about entertainment in Charlotte. Y'all make different venues. What do you think? What's some good things, bad things? What does Charlotte need in entertainment now? I mean, it's sort of a fledgling, and I don't care what people say. It's still a fledgling metropolis. I mean, we're still smaller than Atlanta. We're still smaller than Washington. And for you, they're not down here. If you ever want to come down and watch the show, you ought to come down and watch the show, because what's on the other side of the camera sometimes is just as much or more funny than what you're seeing. Anyway, ignore the man behind the curtain.
It's hard.
It's hard, isn't it, huh?
Doing a jig bag.
We've had them crawl out on the floor before during the show and move things around. It's like, whatever. Entertainment in Charlotte.
Entertainment actually has come a long way. I'm not sure what it needs exactly. It's hard to make it in Charlotte. I think maybe because there's so much music and so many different venues and stuff, but you just don't hear a whole lot of Charlotte people making it. But you know, lately though, I mean, there's been several of them who are doing really well for themselves. You know, I don't know if you know Benji Hughes, but he's a really fun songwriter from town that has done pretty well for himself. Out in LA, he's back though, but you just got to go out and find it. But there's something for everybody. It's enough of a melting pot where if you can't find some kind of music to listen to and some place to go and hear it, then you're not looking hard enough.
Well, you still got some cool places. I know Double Door is still cool.
Well, the Evening Muse is still one of my
Evening Muse
favorites.
is actually, to me, that's a newbie one though, because that's in the last 10 years, 5 years, 10 years.
But yeah,
Since that
Double
was-
Door, and I mean Smokey Joe's every Tuesday when we're out there. I mean
Now
that's just fun. Musicians.
Well, it's
hanging
Rock
out.
Hill.
Smokey Joe's is actually Monroe Road and Briar Creek.
Okay, what's the thing down towards Rock Hill or York or something? What's that? That's
The
down-
Sylvia Theater?
That's it.
Yeah, the
Sylvia
Sylvia is
Theater.
really cool too, yeah.
And that's in York.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really
'Cause I checked it out on the website, and I couldn't make it down. I think y'all were down there.
Yeah,
and I was going to come
Paul and
down, and I
Steph
couldn't
were
make
down
it. But, so you can't think of anything, right? Just more gigs for y'all?
Well, more gigs for us, certainly. That's my problem with the Charlotte music scene. Is we don't have enough gigs.
Yeah, but now we're gonna have the double-decker bike.
Yeah,
the
but
two-seater bike.
that's the best thing about Charlotte music, I think, is the two-seater bike with that WavySpace.
Well, maybe y'all should paint you up some shirts tonight or something like we did.
We're getting ready
We're
to
gonna
get
do a
shirt
lot
crazy.
of stuff tonight. After we leave this show, we're going directly to get that bike. It's going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we scramble out of here,
Yeah,
that's
no,
all.
That's right. All we gotta bring is the
Send
guitar.
me a text or something
We're
like that
rolling.
when you're
Yeah.
showing down there.
We'll send you. Can you get pictures on your cell phone? I'll send you.
Kate does.
I'll
You have
send.
Kate's.
I don't think so,
Okay,
but I should get. We'll
Kate's
send you a
gets
little
them. Jennifer gets them.
picture.
We'll
I
post
got-
them online too.
Yeah, there you
for all
go.
you mind
I
spacers.
have the
Get
arcade
the
cell
updated,
phone. Mine's out of. It's one that even gets text messages. So it just won't die. So I mean, I'm
That's all
cheap.
you need.
You know, I bought Kate this killer one that's like an MP3 player with a phone wrapped around it. It's pretty cool. Anyway, we're running out of time. They're gonna take us out with some tunes.
Oh, I guess
Are we
so.
gonna?
I guess so. So
I
while that,
suppose that's
Sure.
right now.
So while y'all getting ready for some tunes here, let me remind people that you are watching the Modern Renaissance Man. If they haven't flashed up 10 times already in front of you, I'm Ben Copeland. Of course, I always want to thank the crew that helped put this show on. Without the camera people, this show would not happen. Dano, my director, Dean Smart on audio. Jennifer manages the green room. Kate S. Copeland's my blurb co-host. Roman host cam operator. All around best girl. WavySpace. Check them out. myspace.com/WavySpace. Check out www.mrmtv.org. And with that, we're going to some great music by WavySpace. Have a good evening.
Mr. Amos Lee.
Go ahead, baby, run away again. Said I'm growing tired of chasing you. I know you only have time to love me when you ain't got nothing better to do. old enough to believe neither love or war will just leave you busted and broken down and wanting more. Baby, I've seen it all before. You know that I've seen it all before. Yeah, baby, I've seen it all before. I ain't gonna be your fool, baby, anymore. I can hear my heart pounding. Oh, but I just can't decide. Stuck between the depths of my fears and the peaks of my pride.